Welcome back, folks. I've got another Fortnite video for you guys today. It's going to be somewhat of a beginner's guide because there's something that I know that people have struggled with when playing Fortnite Battle Royale, including myself, and I've struggled with it for a while until I made the following changes that I'll get into in just a little bit. But what I'm talking about is building, particularly though, build speed and build accuracy, because both are crucial if you want to win matches. Now, for some people, the default setup with your building keys being F1 through F4, that might work for you. That's fine. However, for someone like me and others that I have talked to about this, it's much better if you remap those keys from F1 to F4 to really whatever works for you as a player, with less mistakes and less downtime. So me, for example, I don't use the F1 keys at all anymore. What I did was I remapped all of the building keys to X for building 1, Z for building 2, C for building 3, and V for building 4. This allows me to easily access the 3 most important building slots, being 1 through 3 in my opinion, on the fly and while I'm still moving. And then, see, here's another thing. I don't really even use the switch quick bar at all. Like, pressing Q, there's no point. Like, that's not something I personally use. So what I did is instead, I set it up so that I can instantly go to my pickaxe with the simple press of one of the buttons on the side of my mouse. This makes it really easy to really quickly get into building, and then bam, you can switch back to your pickaxe if you need to. But then if you hit your pickaxe twice, the button, my mouse button, if I hit that twice instead of just once, I'll go from my pickaxe to the weapon, the gun that I had out previously. Now if I don't want to have to do that, then I remapped my keys even further, specifically my weapon keys, to be the middle mouse button for my weapon slot 2. Now that's actually your first weapon, because in-game your weapon slot 1 is actually your pickaxe. So I don't even have that bound. It just kind of saves on keys at that point, because I can instantly hit my pickaxe with the button on the side of my mouse. You know, it's just that much easier, it's that much quicker. I have basically a dedicated button for my pickaxe, and then I also have a dedicated button for my first weapon, and that's going to be the weapon slot 2, middle mouse button, and that's where I usually put my shotgun, because for the most part when it comes to close range combat, your shotgun's going to be your go-to thing while you're building, right? So bam, I'm building with my pickaxe and my side button on my mouse, bam, hit middle mouse button, instantly to shotgun. And then from there, if I need to switch guns, you know, I can hit 1 or 2 to switch to something ranged, or even, you know, 3 or 4 depending on if I need to heal or if I need to throw a grenade. It's all much more easily accessible at that point. But if that doesn't work for you, then there are alternatives. For example, doing Q, E, F, and then maybe C if you want for your first 4 building slots. Or if you are unlike me and you have a mouse that has a bunch of buttons on it, then bam, just put all of the key bindings on your mouse, and that frees up your left hand to move around more and be harder to hit. Now, some of you may know this, some of you may have not seen this in the patch notes, but about a month or a month and a half ago, they released a pretty sizable update to the building mechanics of this game, and it's somewhat of an overhaul. There's 3 things that they did that should be taken note of and utilized as much as possible. 1, they made it so that you could build virtually anywhere now, whereas before, when you played Fortnite Battle Royale, it was a little bit limited. If there were things in the way of what you were going to build, it wouldn't necessarily let you build it unless it were like maybe really, really small disposable items. Well, now you can basically build over trees, like not the biggest of trees, but you can build through many things now. You can build through walls, build through all kinds of things, and that makes it easier to get around, as well as to use your buildings both aggressively and defensively. On top of that, they also made it so that you can turbo build. This means you don't have to click individually where you want to place things now, and this is something that I'm still getting used to, but you can basically hold down the left click button and then just build. As you sweep your mouse around in all directions, you're going to build instantly wherever you are. And this ties into the last big change, the auto material change. Now this makes it so that if you say that you're building with wood and oh, you use up all of your wood mid-building, well, this little option, when turned on, automatically switches over to, say, brick or to steel, as long as you actually have some, and then it just continues to build, which is so nice, because then all you have to worry about at that point is just making sure your resources are there. You don't really have to worry about actually switching resources mid-build, unless of course you're trying to make a conscious change in what you're building and for what reason. But the fact of the matter is, The building has never been easier after that change, and if you remap your keys to what works the best with you, then you will be on track to building with the best of them in the Fortnite community. Quick, accurate, precise. If you're getting shot at, you'll instantly be able to put up a couple of walls once your muscle memory kicks in, especially if somebody fires a rocket on you from above. Bam, put a roof over your head like that. No problem, blocked. And one last little tip for building, you might want to remap your edit key because it defaults as G, and that can be a little bit of a distance for your finger to travel, especially when you hear someone lobbing those pesky grenades at you and you don't necessarily want to stay where you're at, so you need to instantly and quickly either delete something, raise something, or make a door for yourself so that you can escape and reposition yourself in a way that can get you that kill. And like with every aspect of building in Fortnite, editing can play its part too, because if you are finished building that split second before the other guy is, or if you're finished editing or what have you, if you're finished before the other guy and you have your gun out and you're ready and he's not, there's your victory right there. So if you don't have anything remapped, I would suggest you do that right now, and then let me know in the comments how remapping your keys to fit your playstyle affected your ability to win engagements and to ultimately get those victories. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, then you know what buttons down below to press to make me happy as a YouTuber. Thank you very much for watching, never stop gaming, and good luck on those victories, folks.